you pay me $1 million, that's not a jihad, that's a Yankee jihad. And you are listening to me in Syria, and you know that what I'm speaking is the truth. A young woman wrote to me from Tunisia and said to me, my brother received $1 million Tunisian dinars to go and fight in Syria. And as he was leaving, the police caught him and brought him back to my father and handed him over. And handed over the 1 million Tunisian dinars, which is worth about 600 or 700 USD. Sorry, 600,000 or 700,000 American dollars. You can buy a couple houses in Subanjaya with that. And my father took the money and locked him up in a room. And now he does not want to speak to any of us. I hope that young man will listen to my words. Surely he has this much common sense to know that you don't buy people. We're not up for sale. Not those who fight in the way of Allah in jihad. You can't buy us with $5. You can't buy us with $500. You can't buy us with $5 million because we are not up for sale. Say that to the paymasters who are spending millions and millions of dollars to buy, not mujahideen, they're buying mercenaries to go and fight in Syria. So the young man is now locked up in a room. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. He's only reciting the Quran all the time. And the family contacted me. What can we do, Sheikh? You can't keep him locked up forever. If he insists that he wants to go in Syria and fight, and you explain to him that this is wrong, this is misguided, this is not a jihad, you can't keep him away. Let him go. But when he leaves, he will not return. You will not have any links with him after that. He's no longer a member of your family. Saudi Arabia, Libya, Qatar, Turkey are all in the Zionist camp. Is it so difficult for you to understand that? I hope you're listening to me in Syria. Saudi Arabia, Libya, now under Zionist rule, Qatar, Turkey, are all in the Zionist camp. Turkey is a member state of NATO. And these are the countries who are financing, and these are the countries who are supplying the weapons to you to go and fight. Is this a legitimate jihad, or is this a Zionist attack on Syria? Why is it so difficult for you to understand? You declare of those who oppose you and who are supporting the government of Syria in its opposition to the insurrectionists, that these are wajibul qatl, that it is legitimate for you to kill them. And you go to Syria and you kill these people. The price that you will pay for killing people for no just cause is the fire of Jahannam. If you die in the struggle, you are not shaheed. No. You go into the hellfire. And those who you kill, they are the ones who will be shuhada. And so we say, if you see with two eyes, you will recognize that this is a misguided effort. Libya, under the new regime, is sending weapons, and it is likely that high-tech weapons which the Libyan army used to have would find their way into Syria. NATO will say, we didn't send it, it came from Libya. As these high-tech weapons come into your hands and you start using them, there will be an escalation of the conflict in Syria. High-tech weapons are also going to come from Saudi Arabia and Qatar, which seem to be hell-bent, doing everything they can possibly do to bring down the regime in Syria and make Syria another Libya. Perhaps this is the fulfillment, one more time, of the prophecy of Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, and I hope you're listening to me in Syria, because you know very well that Saudi Arabia is financing and Saudi Arabia is sending weapons. And Saudi Arabia is ruled by people who came from Najd. Saudi Arabia has Hijaz and has Najd. Hijaz is to the west and Najd is to the east. Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam is in Medina. And he says, Allahumma barik lana fi Shamina wa Yamanina. Oh Allah, put blessings for us in our Sham and our Yemen. And they asked, what about Najd? 3 times. And he said, from Najd, pointing in the direction of Najd, he said, from there would be the horns of shaitan, qarn shaitan, and tribulations. And the rulers of Saudi Arabia today, the Saudi Wahhabi rulers of Saudi Arabia, are Najdi. He pointed to the east, and he said, from there will come qarn shaitan, the horns of Satan. And so I ask of you, who say that you are waging a legitimate jihad in Syria today, can the horns of Satan be part of a legitimate jihad? Have you got no sense? Saudi Arabia is in this struggle up to its neck, the insurrection in Syria, and therefore the qarn of shaitan is involved in it. Qatar has suddenly risen up as a Zionist state. It is hosting Al Jazeera and the evidence mounts every day that Al Jazeera is a sister of CNN. Every time there's an Arab Spring, an insurrection or a rebellion or something, Al Jazeera is there to add fuel to the fire, to try to ensure that the struggle is successful and the Zionists achieve their objective. So the dust is no longer there in our eyes, and we can see plainly what Al Jazeera is, a Zionist front organization. Qatar was chosen, little Qatar, which yesterday was only taking care of sheep and goats and diving in the sea for